afternoon, folks. Big Bo with RVs with Big Bo at Parkway RV Center. And yes, guys, I've got an Ace. Been trying to get one of these for a while, and I've actually had this a couple of weeks. But like most Thors and Coachmans and Jaycos and Forest Rivers, it had flaking furniture. So I actually sent we took every piece of furniture out of this RV, sent it off, spent over $2,500 having it all reupholstered for you. Just had it installed. Literally just got finished reinstalling it about 30 minutes ago. And now we're going to put it up for sale. And guys, this is a 2016 Thor Ace. Ace, guys, one of the hottest selling motorhomes, new and used on the market today. This is a 30.1, 30 feet, 10 inches long. It's just got 13,100 some odd miles, 58 hours on the generator, and probably one of the nicer Aces I've filmed in a long time. 2 slide outs, perfect size for state parks, older campgrounds. It's got the leveling jacks. I mean, HD max, no fade. This is a beautiful Ace, guys. And I've got a bargain price on this thing at $69,900. That's over 10 grand back of NADA with no added options. I mean, guys, book with just adjusting for the mileage is over 80,000. Let me flash that up. You can see, guys, I'm not playing around about that price. And I want you to get on RV Trader. I'm not going to flash that up because there's several of them on RV Trader. But I'm selling this 16 for what other for sale by owners and dealers are wanting for 14s and 15s. And one dealer has got a 13 model 30.1 Ace with the same miles as this one for the same price as I'm selling this 16 for. But guys, you know, that's why this little lot sells 500 to 600 used RVs a year, because you can't beat the Parkway prices. I mean, our prices, I'm the only dealer around that advertises my stuff, you know, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 back a book and lower price than everybody else. That's just what we do, guys. And one thing I do want you to notice when you look at other Aces on RV Trader that I noticed, notice that either one or two things when you look at other Aces, because they all have this flaking furniture problem. One, you're going to notice they're all going to have seat covers on the front. Those little $50 seat covers you buy off Amazon. They're going to have blankets on the sofas or on the table booth cushions, or they're going to have just show the furniture that's just flaking off completely. Mine, you don't have to worry about it, guys. I've already took care of it, but I still got the lowest priced one in the country with 13,000 miles and no flaking furniture. In fact, the material the material that they recovered it with is never going to flake. I'm not going to say never, but I'd say you get 15, 20 years out of it. You take care of it. But it's a beautiful coach, guys. No HD max fade, which means it's been stored inside. Does have a 8,000 pound tow capacity, which I do advise caution with that. I would try to keep it around 5,000 to 6,000 pounds of maximum. Of course, the less, the better. But it is on the F53 chassis, forward with the hot rod, 3-valve, 6.8 V10, 362 horsepower. Man, look at that. The stripes aren't even faded or cracking. This is a well-maintained Ace. And of course, Ace, guys, stands for Class A.C.E. Evolution. And these were actually a Class A designed for the Class A and the Class C shopper. I mean, these are, they have a great drivability. They set a little bit lower to the ground. They got a smaller windshield, so you feel more like you're driving a Class C. So, and of course, lengthwise, they're about the same length as most Class C's on the market. I like the looks of them. They remind me of an old 70s Winnebago Brave. Just a modern version of it. And just a good looking motorhome, guys. And we sell every one of these just quick. And this one's going to be no exception. Y'all saw the book value, and I'm hoping that you'll take my advice and get on RV Trader and look at these things and look at what's out there, how much they want for them compared to mine, and then look at the furniture in it. You'll see really quick, guys, This is the best deal out there for a 1630.1 Ace with 13,000 miles. Let's look inside. Of course, you got an outside television. Power step works great. You got some outside speakers, power patio awning. Oh Lord, it's got some good AC. I'll tell you guys, we're supposed to have, I think Tuesday, a temperature of 97 degrees, and I'm sure the heat index is going to be well over 100. And it's not even officially summer, I don't think. Oh, I gotta love it. But all this furniture, guys, the front seats, no seat covers, and everything's done in the factory color, so it matches. My upholstery shop that I use, they pretty much do our stuff exclusively now. Stocks this material just because so many different RV manufacturers use this color, and they all have the flaking furniture problem. Dinette cushions, front seats, sofa, trim pieces. We even sent the trim pieces off because they were flaky and had that recovered. So no problem there. Dash air's ice cold, 13,156 miles, no check engine lights. You've got the Lippert components, electronic leveling, touchscreen stereo, Bluetooth, great stereo, sounds great. And now I'm going to cut the motor off because I'm going to show you how the bed works, and it will not work with the motor running. It's just a safety precaution. That way somebody doesn't come up and drop it on the driver's head while you're going down the road. Switch is right here by the door. Now this is just a little bed. You turn this switch on, you got a lever right here. Push it down, and this is basically a full-size bed. It's for a kid or maybe for one adult. It's got a 250-pound capacity. And it's full size, so it's actually a pretty good size bed. It's about the same size bed as what's in a cab over in a Class C. And you get all that extra storage, of course, for you to put your gear in. You know, when you're sleeping up here, you can pack your gear away. Of course, you know, theoretically you could go down the road with this down unless you're just like extremely tall. I mean, I'm 6'4". I could probably drive this thing with this bed down and not hit my head, but probably not much taller. And then when you're done, you raise it back up, and the bed works great. Mattress is in it. Also makes good storage too. And like all the Aces, when you get it up to the edge, you have to push it up the last couple of inches. It's got a magnetic catch. You get it up there and you just pop it up into the magnetic catch and you're good to go. You do have a sleeper sofa, a table booth that makes a bed. I can't get over how little this thing's been used. Look at that stovetop. The sink, slide out pantry, no smoke or pet odors. They have changed the TV. It would have came with a 32-inch. That looks like a 40, and somebody's put on an adjustable mount. So they have changed that. The previous owners did, I guess, I guess they like watching their TV. I don't know. 32 would have been fine with me. But I guess you can also angle it down to see it a little bit better too. 13,500 BTU ducted roof air. You do have a fantastic vent fan right there in case you do boondock camp and you don't want to run your generator to circulate some air. Those are the boondockers' best friend. You do have a table that sits up right here in between the driver's and passenger seats, and both drivers and passenger seats do swivel around for party seating. Drawers, cabinets, oven, refrigerator, freezer. Like I said, they don't get much nicer than this in a used Ace in any year model, much less a 16 model. What is that, 7 years old? Refrigerator, freezer doesn't even really show any use at all, and it is starting to get cold in the freezer, so no issues there. They do have the stovetop cover, guys. It's underneath the sink right there. A lot of people take those off because they do rattle when you go down the road. Those metal top ones do. But it is in there, so I'm gonna leave it in there. Microwave. Well, baking soda in the microwave, why not? You do have a solid sliding privacy door if you want to separate the bedroom and bathroom area from the rest of the RV. Looks like somebody made some curtains for the windows, or bottom already made. Split bathroom, just like a Class C. Got a skylight. Got a shower. Little soap and shampoo and conditioner dispenser. I guess save you from having to keep bottles in your shower. 58.8 hours. It is a 4 kW Onan generator, so real simple, real dependable generator that can last hundreds of hours. This is the only weird thing they've done to it, and this is not permanent. They put this, and this is actually cardboard, so you can take that out if you want to. I don't like it, but you know, I take it out, somebody's gonna say, "Big Bo, I wish you'd kept that in there. I like the looks of it." So you take it out, you leave it in, your RV, your choice. You do have the porcelain RV toilet. Got some cabinet storage, towel holder, mirror, and a very nice sized bedroom. 30. Yeah, they've changed that TV out too. I think this would have came with, if memory serves me, because I don't have the factory brochure right in front of me. These had a 24-inch TV. That's a 32. So they probably took the TV that was originally in here and above the, you know, in the living area, and put it back here. Then put that bigger TV in there. So, and you do have a queen island bed with storage underneath the bed. You've got your own Bluetooth stereo back here. Overhead storage, and again, that's a good spot for it too. Another fantastic vent fan. So if you do boondock, you can circulate some air back here for the people sleeping. Big closet, lots of drawer space, cabinet space. Of course, this unit's got a furnace, got a 6-gallon DSI water heater. You do have, doesn't this one, wait a minute. Yeah, wait a minute, let's see here. Should have a, yep, look here. They've never used it, it don't look like. That is a doggy, or I guess cat, iguana, whatever kind of monkey, whatever kind of fish you got, water and food bowl, and that's built in from the factory in all the ACEs this year. But it doesn't look like they've ever used it. And like I said, there's no pet odors in here, no smoke odors. So, it looks like they used it for storage. Yeah, guys, dash looks great, no pick marks anywhere. Heated power mirrors, got HDMI hookups, USB hookups in the front. There's a little bit, there's some of your storage you can get to. Somebody got a little artistic. Oh, that's an interesting way to leave a checklist. And I do like how they've got these, I think they've added that. I don't think that's factory, where you can just hang some stuff up, you know, like a bulletin board, so to speak. I noticed that and that over there. But you know, guys, people do little things like that, but kind of make it their own. And that's not bad. I just don't like it when they start painting walls and cabinets and stuff like that. That kind of ruins it, especially on a late model one like this. But they just did a few little minor things that you can leave, or you can, and it looks like they put the marker board face on the refrigerator too, which is no big deal. I mean, you can leave that stuff, you can remove it, it's entirely up to you. You might like it. Actually, I would probably leave it. I actually kind of like it. So you get some good ideas. You know, I do get some good ideas seeing what people do to these RVs sometimes. Something me, what I did with my motorhome is I took the I put a magnetic metal front on mine, because we collect magnets for places where we go, and Makes a good magnet board for your refrigerator. Of course, you know, except when you hit a bad bump and you they fall off and go everywhere. But hey, that doesn't happen very often. But yeah, guys, 30.1 ACE, 2016, 13,156 miles, 58 hours on the generator, 59 hours. 362 horsepower V10. About as nice as you're going to get in a used ACE, and unless you want to go out and spend about 120 grand on a brand new one, this is about as nice as you're going to get. And the fact is, it's $64,900 plus applicable sales tax, no fees, no upsells, no marking interest rates up on financing. We're going to save you tens of thousands on the price and financing, and no upsells, no extended warranties, no gap insurance, no tire and wheel protection packages. Guys, y'all are brainwashed. If you think you got to have that stuff, you've been brainwashed by the big dealers. You don't have to have that stuff. It's a waste of money. Not worth the paper it's written on. Those aftermarket warranties, guys, you're going to spend several $1,000s for something that when you need it is either not going to pay the claim, or they're only going to pay a small partial payment of it. And I mean, literally, you can take the money that you would spend on an extended aftermarket warranty at another dealership, put it in a savings account, let it draw a little bit of interest, and just get into that when you do have a repair. And the good thing about paying cash for a service repair versus a warranty, hey, you can take it any repair facility you want, any dealer, any independent shop, mobile RV place, wherever you want. And cash is king in the service industry. Warranty, because these warranty companies make the shops jump through so many hoops, and there's such a delay on those shops getting paid, they get pushed to the back of the line. When somebody comes in and they're paying for the repair out of pocket, they get them in and out a whole lot faster than a warranty. And you can ask anybody in the RV industry about that. That is the truth. So, you know, you can take the money. Let's just say you were going to buy a 3-year extended warranty. You was going to pay $8,000 for it, which it costs a dealer probably about $1,000. But they're marking it up that much. And you just kept that $8,000 in a savings account. You might spend $2,000, $2,500 in that 3 years of owning the RV, and at the end of the 3 years, you still got $5,000 plus of that money left, plus it, there a little bit of interest, versus going out, giving a dealer an extra $5,000-$6,000 in profit to buy that warranty, then they add it to your loan where you're paying interest on it. And that, you know, that $8,000, $7,000 warranty is going to cost you an additional $2,000 in interest to have that warranty. And then when you do need it, it's going to delay you getting your motorhome back faster. And then you're going to have to argue and beg and plead to get them to pay anything on it. And then you're still going to wind up footing the bill, or most of it. That's why, and I think most people are getting wise to that now. That's why we don't sell any upsells, guys. Though, you know, always say no to upsells. You know, we keep our sales easy, simple, and done. $69,900, haggle-free firm. You're not going to find one with 13,000 miles in this good a condition anywhere else in a 16 30.1 ACE for less. Go ahead and look. And especially the fact that we actually did something other dealers for sale by owners for some reason refuse to do, and that is get the flaking furniture problem fixed by having the seats recovered. We don't put a band-aid on them by putting a seat cover on it, or a blanket, or a slip cover on it. We have them removed, recovered, and then reinstall them when they get done. And it sucks because the unit sits on the lot for a few weeks while all that's getting done for us. But at the end of the day, I think it really helps the sellability of it, because we go through and do more than any other dealers will do and still sell them for less. But $69,900, haggle-free firm plus applicable sales tax, and if you are a Georgia resident, there is a $100 highway impact fee and a $40 to $50 tag and title fee. That's Georgia residents only. No dock fees, no prep fees, no processing fees. All those fees are 100% dealer profit, 100% unnecessary to purchase a used or a new RV. So if you've been paying fees all these years, you've been getting ripped off. And they'll give you a good song and dance while they have to charge them, but it's all BS. It's just a way, you know, it's just an advertising gimmick. You know, it's a way for them to advertise a lower price to get you in the door, but then make that extra profit. Because they can add, I mean, I've seen dealers add $4,000 or $5,000 in fees before. They can, and that's all profit. It's just like adding an additional $5,000 to the advertised price. It's just a little legal loophole. Even though technically and legally they're supposed to disclose the amount of those fees on all their advertising. It's just one of those laws that's never enforced. And you know, we believe in keeping everything out in the open and transparent. So we believe in keeping it easy, simple, and done, haggle-free, firm prices. Nobody likes that back and forth game. The buyer doesn't like it, seller doesn't like it, so let's just cut. We just cut that out years ago, put our best foot forward. Because if you could find one for less, you wouldn't be calling us, and a nicer one for less too. Because it's not just about price; it's about mileage and condition. Plus, I show you the good and the bad. If I see any defects, I show you. And y'all know that. They are used. There's no such thing as a perfect motorhome, new or used. And, you know, we've been in business since 1968, so we're not depending on every single sale to keep the doors open. You know, we're a volume dealer. That's why we're able to operate with a lower markup. You know, most of the time we make less than 10% on everything we sell by the time everything's said and done. Where most dealers try to make 20%. You know, but we don't have the overhead those other dealers have. We don't spend millions of dollars a year in financing. We don't have a multi-million-dollar showroom. Guys, we're on a gravel parking lot. We've got a building that my grandpa built back in the, well, we started in 1968, but the current building we're in now was built in 1980, I believe, 1980, 81. And, we don't have Starbucks. We don't have a coffee shop built into the. We got an old bun coffee maker with Folgers coffee in it. That's as fancy as we get, guys. We got a wood burning fireplace. We're just laid back. You know, we keep our operating costs at a minimum. So it keeps our overhead costs at a minimum, so we can pass those savings along to you. That's why we're selling stuff for $69,900 that other dealers are asking $80,000, $85,000 for. And they're charging fees that add thousands of dollars to that higher price that we're not. And then they're selling it with the flaking furniture. Well, we're paying $2,500 and had all that fixed for you. And still selling it for lower price than they are. But that's why you subscribe to my channel. So if you hadn't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and hit it. Hit that bell notification. Smash me a thumbs up. Comment. $69,900 for that $69,900 price. This is what we guarantee on it to work. We guarantee the generator to run and operate like it's supposed to, which it is. Guarantee the refrigerator and freezer to get to operating temperature, which is on its way to doing that now. The back of the freezer is getting cold, so 99% of the time in a few hours the refrigerator is right behind it. We'll get it operating temp. We guarantee the roof air to get to operating temperature, which it is doing right now. We guarantee the step to work, which it is. We guarantee the slides to work, which they obviously are. They're out. We guarantee them to go in and out. We check the plumbing system. We guarantee that you don't have any plumbing leaks. We check the water heater, the water pump, make sure they both function. We check the drivability, make sure it goes down the road. Brakes feel good. It shifts good. You know, runs like it's supposed to. Which it does. We drove it several hundred miles back when we bought it. So guys, everything and everything else, guys, is sold as is. So if, let's just say, a light doesn't work, or your TV antenna doesn't crank up, or a receptacle is missing a cover, and I'm not saying that's the issue with this particular one. I'm just throwing out just common examples. Or a plastic crank is missing off the window. Guys, it's going to be sold with those issues. We handle the major stuff and we leave the Mickey Mouse stuff to you. Because if you can't fix Mickey Mouse stuff like that can be done in most of the time 5-10 minutes, a few dollars in parts, you probably don't need to have an RV to begin with. Or if you can't afford to pay somebody to fix those little things. Because you own an RV, you're going to work on it. It doesn't matter if you buy a brand new 2022 model, if you've got a 1982 model, or a 2016 model, or anything in between. You're going to work on the RV. Guys, that's the nature of owning one. If anybody tells you that you're going to own an RV and never turn a wrench on it, or solder a wire, or screw a screw, or do something on it, guys, they're lying to you. I've owned RVs for over 25 years. I work on mine constantly. If it's not repairs, it's maintenance. If it's not maintenance, it's upgrades. You're all the time, you've got a list, like a honeydew RV list. And I'm actually pretty fortunate now. I've pretty much got mine, everything going. I'm on the upgrades now. So, so I'm getting there. But I do have a couple of issues that came up. We used it 2 weekends ago that I gotta fix a couple little things on it, and that's just part of owning one, guys. There's no sense getting disgusted at it. But it's that when you're out there and you've got the perfect spot, and you've got your friends and family or whoever's with you, or even by yourself, and it's beautiful outside, you're relaxed, it makes it all so worth it, guys. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. It just makes it so worth it. When the weather's perfect, and man, it's like me, you know, that's what I told my wife, even with gas like it is, you know, about once a week, I enjoy driving mine. I'll just jump in it, drive it to work and back, just to get it out and drive it, just because I enjoy driving it. Of course, I drive it, it makes me want to take it out for a trip, but still, it's just part of it, guys. And yeah, there's a little bit of work in owning an RV, but there's a lot of joy in it too. And it's like, you know, anything else in life, you know, anything that's you get a lot of joy out of, you're going to have a little work in it too. So, and I always tell people, come and inspect the RV before buying it, so you can see what works on it and what doesn't. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, if you don't want to do that, or don't have time, hire a third-party RV inspector. I'm probably the only dealer on the internet that will tell and recommend everybody. I recommend everybody hire a third-party inspection service on even a brand new RV, much less a used one. I think that is one of the best resources, guys, that you can get. I mean, few $100s, and you know more about it than anybody. And I mean, I had one here yesterday. I mean, we get several of them in a week, and I mean, there's full transparency on our part, because like I said, to keep our prices where we can sell motorhomes like this far under everybody else, we only guarantee those systems I mentioned earlier. So this way you get an idea of what needs to be fixed. I mean, these guys were thorough. They showed me the report, and I mean, they even said, hey, the TV remote needs a battery. Needed 2 light bulbs put in, and that was mostly everything it needed. I mean, they were a bunch of Mickey Mouse repairs that an able-bodied adult with very minimum RV knowledge can do themselves in 4 hours worth of work and a few dollars in parts. So, you know, guys, you'd be surprised. Always check. It's most of the time, it's usually just your simple stuff. But anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. Sorry I ran it on long enough. Check out this ACE if you're interested in it. I sell these very, very quickly, so I do recommend calling right away. You might want to leave a deposit on it if you're coming a long distance. But always call to make sure it's available, 706-965-7929. Financing's available with approved credit and down payment. Unlike other RV dealerships, we don't mark interest rates up. So we get some good long-term financing. If you want to know the latest terms and rates and down payment requirements, the best thing to do is just call, ask one of my salespeople. They're more up to date with that stuff than I am, because it changes so much. And we take trade-ins, and we have nationwide delivery available for $1.50 a mile, one way. We don't charge both ways, just one way. So we don't charge for the return trip. Most dealers charge $3 to $5 a mile and charge you both ways. We don't do that, guys. So we keep things easy, simple, and done. No upsells, no fees. Thanks again for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification button, smash me a thumbs up, show me some love on YouTube, and thanks again for watching. Look forward to seeing you here in beautiful Ringgold, Georgia.